Welcome or welcome back to the Embroider channel. I'm Julian, and in this video I'm going to show you how to crochet this beagle dog step by step. This video tutorial is designed as a visual support for my wooden pattern and helps you follow along with the shaping, color changes and construction as the beagle comes together. The beagle has a timeless and cozy design and is meant to be a cuddly companion for children aged 1 and above. So grab your yarn and hook and let's get started. To make the beagle dog, you need two colors of super blue cashmere yarn. The main color is white or off-white, and the secondary color is light brown or caramel. For the main color, you need approximately 80 meters or 85 yards, and for the secondary color, you need about 70 meters or 75 yards. Then you need the corresponding crochet hook from 6 up to 7 millimeter, depending on your yarn tension. Then you need stitch markers, scissors, a tapestry needle, stuffing material, and optional a round counter. For the eyes, you have 3 options. You can use sinker eyes, classic or black safety eyes, or you can also embroider the eyes with cotton yarn. To give you some help regarding the eyes, let's compare the options. This is the wet weaver version with all black classic safety eyes. Here I used 12 millimeter. For Benji the bear, I have used 60 millimeter sinker eyes. And for the lion, I used 18 millimeter sinker eyes. When you compare the sinker eyes, you see the smaller the eyes, the more classic look. And the bigger the eyes, the more cartoonic it is. So depending on your desired look, very classic, modern classic or cartoonic, you can choose the yarn. And now let's start with instructions. We start with the arms. Take your main color and do a magic ring. For the first round, we want to do 6 single crochet stitches into that ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now close the opening by gently pulling at the yarn tail. And round 1 is done. From now on, we continue in spiral rounds. This means we do not connect the first and the last stitch with the slip stitch and then building up the height with chaining, but we just continue crocheting and working the first stitch of the second round into the first stitch of the first round. For round 2, we want to have 12 total stitches. This means we need to increase 6 times. An increase stitch means 2 stitches into the same stitch. We do our first increase stitch. That means do your first, in our case, single crochet stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your first single crochet stitch into the stitch. Grab the stitch marker and add the stitch marker into the first stitch, so you know where you start your round. and then crochet another single crochet stitch into the same stitch. And this is your increase stitch. And now you continue to do 2 single crochet stitches into the same stitch, and by the end you should have 12. We have already done 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. For round 3 and 4, we want to do 2 rounds of 12 single crochet stitches. No increase, no decrease, just single crochet all the way around the single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 1 round done, 1 to go. So grabbing some yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. For round 5, we want to go back to 10 total stitches. This means we need to decrease here 2 times. And the instruction for the round is 4 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease. And this we repeat 1 more time. You start with 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet stitches. Then we do a decrease stitch. In the pattern, when I'm doing a decrease stitch, I'm doing an invisible decrease, which sounds complicated, but it's quite easy. Remember, a normal crochet stitch consists of 2 loops, a front loop and a back loop. And when you do a normal decrease stitch, then you're working through both loops, as you normally do with almost every stitch. But the invisible decrease means you're only working into the front loops. The back loops stays unworked. That means we want to now crochet the 2 stitches together. So you take your hook and bring it through the front loop only, and the back loop stays unworked. And then take your hook and bring it through the following stitch, again only into the front loops. Now it looks like this. You have your 3 loops on the hook, but the back loops stays unworked. Then you grab the yarn and bring it through the 2 front loops. Then you have 2 loops left, and then you're finishing your crochet stitch as you normally do. And this is how you do an invisible decrease. Pretty easy. For this pattern, I'm only doing invisible decreases. Means if I'm saying I'm doing a decrease now, this always means I do an invisible decrease. Now we have our first set done. Now we have 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we repeat this 1 more time with 4 single crochet stitches, 2, 3, and 4, and finishing the round with our decrease stitch Remember, only working into the front loops. Round 5 is now done. For round 6, 7 and 8, we do 3 rounds of 10 single crochet stitches. Pretty easy. No increase, no decrease, just crocheting all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. First round done, 2 to go. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Round 7 is also done, and now for round 8 we're also doing 10 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. For round 9 we want to go back to 8 total stitches, and here we do 3 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 2 times. So 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, your first decrease stitch, and then again 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, and then a decrease stitch. Now for round 10 we want to start with the secondary color. Grab your secondary color. So for round 10 we start with 2 single crochet stitches into the main color. Stitch 1, and here for this pattern we want to do the visible color change. This means you can see where the one color ends and where the other color starts. So now we do our second single crochet stitch with the main color, but we're only doing half of the stitch with the main color and the second half of the stitch with the new color. Start with the main color, do your stitch. So you have 2 loops on the hook, but you do not finish with the main color, but now you finish with the secondary color. So grab the yarn, bring it from the back to the front so that the tail is looking at the left direction. Bring it to the back, and then grab the yarn off the working side, which is the yarn attached to the skein or the ball. Fix the tail part with the fingers and then bring the yarn through the 2 loops. So what I also like to do is to double knot the yarn so it stays in place and do not come out. Then I bring it into the item, and now we continue with our secondary color. Your active working yarn should be on the left side, and the non-active color, the main color here, should be on the right side, and the active one should be on top, so not this way, because we want to avoid these swirling. Make sure your non-active color is on the bottom side, facing to the right side, and your active one, your new color, is on the left side and above. Now we do 3 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, and the last stitch, our third stitch, we're doing half and half here. This means you're starting with the secondary color here. Then we're bringing the color to the right side on our new color to the other side, and then finishing your stitch with the new one. To make sure it does not bend, bring the yarn right here. So you can easily bring the yarn tail inside. And then what I like to do is I want to crochet in the yarn tail so that we do not have any lines crisscrossing inside of the item. As we do not stuff the body here, the arms here, and I do not like to have these strings here, but later on this where we do our body. And then we're finishing the round with 3 single crochet stitches with the main color. What I'm doing here, the tail part, I bring it on top of the crochet hook like this. Then I'm grab the yarn and bring it through the loop. And I continue with 2, with the remaining 2 single crochet stitches. Now it looks this inside. So we do not have a yarn tail crisscrossing in the middle. For round 11, we stay at 8 single crochet stitches as we did with round 10, but here we do a color change again. We start with 1 single crochet stitches with the main color here, and then switching the colors. And finish the stitch with the secondary color. I'm adding my stitch marker to mark the beginning of the round. Again, to avoid any lines, I bring it this way that I can easily bring it here, so that I can carry over the yarn. And then I'm doing 6 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, do not finish your 6th stitch with the same color, but switch over to the other color, our main color, and finish the stitch with this one. And then we have 1 stitch left, and here we do a single crochet stitch with the main color. This is how it looks so far. Round 12, we also stay at 8 total stitches. We start with 1 single crochet stitch with the main color. Then again switch over to your secondary color. Finish the stitch with this. Add the stitch marker. So. And then finishing the round with 7 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. as we do not need our main color for the arms, I'm cutting the yarn with some length. What I like to do, I'm grabbing the yarn tail where we start round and do a double knot. 1 and 2, so that both yarn tails are now fixed. And now we do our last round for the arms, round 13. And here we want to go back to 6 total stitches. This means we do 2 single crochet stitches and then 1 decrease, and this we do 2 times. One, 2 single crochet stitches, your first decrease stitch, and then 2 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with a decrease stitch. Now remove the stitch marker. Then you see you have like a bending. Depending on your tension, you need to crochet 1 stitch more to come to this side. In my case, I need to do this. If I'm using a 7mm hook, then normally I don't need this. With a 6 or 6.5mm, I normally crochet another stitch to I'll be at the side, but this is totally optional. You can also leave it here. Now fold the arms and crochet the 2 opposite stitches together with 3 single crochet stitches. This means you stitch into the next stitch and then into the stitch you just did, or your last stitch you just did, and do a single crochet stitch, and now crochet the 2 opposite stitches of the next 2 stitches also together. 1 and 2. Now you have 3 stitches, 3 connecting stitches, 1, 2, 3. Pull the yarn, cut the yarn with some length. Here. And as we crochet in the arms later, we do not need any yarn tail here. With I weave in the yarn tail. With cutting the yarn here, you have the yarn on the left side. When you turn your item, you have your back side, then your yarn tail is on the right side, so you know that you're on the back side. Grab your tapestry needle and weave in the yarn tail. This. And cut the leftover yarn. Now 1 arm is done. You crochet another arm like I already did here. Again, I already crocheted the first arm or the second arm, but I didn't weave in the yarn tail, so I'm going to do this now. Even though the arms looks identical here, later that will switching up, because let's grab the retriever version of this one. So the pattern also comes with a retriever version. It's one. Then you will bring 1 arm to this side, the other one with the one side, and you can decide if you want to have the both side on this one, the both side on this one, or what I like to do, what I'm later going to do is I will switch it up. So we have quite a movement difference here. So same pattern instruction, but depending on how you place the arms, you really can play with the color change here. The arms are done, and now we move over to the tail. For the tail, start with the main color and again do a magic ring. For round 1, we also start with 6 single crochet stitches into the ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Reset your round counter if you use one. And again, we close the opening by gently pulling at the yarn tail and continue in spiral rounds. For round 2 and 3, we do 6 single crochet stitches on top with the main color. So no increase, no decrease, just single crochet stitches all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For round 3, we do the same. And do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I grab both? Yeah. Do not finish the last stitch of the round with the main color, but switch over to your secondary color. Again, from the back to the front with the tail laying on front, and then finishing the round with your secondary color. Double knot the yarn tail of the magic ring, the yarn tail of the secondary color with 2 knots. And now for round 4 to 8, we do 5 rounds of single crochet stitches. So 5 rounds of 6 single crochet stitches. You can cut the yarn of the main color, and also going to fix them by doing a double knot, and then doing your single crochet stitches all the way around, and this until you reach the end of round 8, where I will see you there. Pause the video, doing your 5 rounds of 6 single crochet stitches, and if you have done your rounds, then hit on play again. And my last stitch. Now we move the stitch marker, fold the tail, and crochet the 2 opposite stitches together with single crochet stitches. To be aware that this will be your front part, but you're also having your color switch here. If you do not want to have the color change on the front side, then what you can do, crochet 2, 3 single crochet stitches more, then flip it. Now the color change is on the back side, and now you can fold the tail and crochet the two opposite stitches together with single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now cut the yarn with thumb length, not so much because we will weave in the yarn tail, as the tail will also be crocheted directly into the body. Remember, the only thing we want to or we have to sew on are the ears. Turn your item that your tail is on the right side. If you decided to go the color change on the back side that you cannot see, then the color change will now facing towards you. And then weave in the yarn tail. Hide the yarn tail until the puppy tail or cut the leftover yarn. Now your tail is finished. Now we continue with the legs. Grab your main color and do a magic ring. For the first round, white, crochet 6 single crochet stitches into that ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Close the opening. And we move over to round 2. And here we want to increase by 6. So we have 12 total stitches. This means you crochet 2 single crochet stitches into every stitch. Add your stitch mark into the first stitch of the round so you know where you started. And then do another single crochet stitch into the same stitch. And then continue with the remaining 5 stitches and doing 2 single crochet stitches into each. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So make sure you have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for round 3, we want to increase by 4. So we have 16 total stitches. And here we do 2 single crochet stitches and 1 increase, and this 4 times. 1, 2 single crochet stitches, 1 increase, 1, 2 single crochet stitches, increase stitch, single, single, increase stitch, and one more time, single, single, and increase stitch. So now for round 4, 6, 5, and 6, we do 3 rounds of 16 single crochet stitches. No increase, no decrease, just single crochet stitches all the way around. 2. Do your 3 rounds of single crochet stitches. Pause the video here, and if you reach round 6 the end of, then play again. Our 3 rounds of 16 single crochet stitches are now done, and now we start to decrease. We want to go back to 12 total stitches. This means we need 4 times a decrease stitch, and we're quite re-engineering this. This means we do 2 single crochet stitches first and then doing a decrease stitch afterwards, and this we do 4 times. 1, 2 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease stitch, 2 single crochet stitches, a decrease stitch, 2 single crochet stitches, a decrease stitch, and then finishing the round with 2 single crochet stitches and a decrease stitch. For round 8, we want to go back to 9 total stitches. This means we do 3 decreases spread across the round, and the instruction for this round is 2 single crochet stitches as well and 1 decrease stitch, but only 3 times. 1, 2 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease, 2 single crochet stitches, a decrease stitch, and finally 2 single crochet stitches and a decrease stitch. Round 9, we want to go back to 6 total stitches, and here we do 1 single crochet stitch and 1 decrease stitch, and that's also 3 times total. So single crochet stitch, decrease stitch, single stitch, decrease stitch, single crochet stitch, and finishing the round with a decrease stitch. Now we want to do the feet part. The foot part is done. Now we want to do the leg part. The leg part would later be knotted, aka this part. And here we do 15 rounds from round 10 to 24. 15 rounds of 6 single crochet stitches. First one together, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you see it's starting to splitting up, and then you continue your 6 single crochet stitches rounds until you reach the end of round 24. So this means for you, pause the video, do your rounds, and then if you reach the end of the round 24, hit on play again, and then we continue with the beagle. Our 15 rounds of 6 single crochet stitches are now done, and now for round 25 we want to increase 6 times, so we have 12 total stitches. This means 2 single crochet stitches into every stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. For round 26, we want to increase by 2, so we have 14 total stitches. And here we do 5 single crochet stitches and 1 increase, and this 2 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet stitches and your first increase stitch, and then you have 7 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you do this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do your second increase stitch and finishing the round with this. Now our last round regarding the legs, and here we want to increase by 2 again, so we have 16 total stitches, and the instruction here are 6 single crochet stitches and 1 increase, and again we do this 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then your increase stitch, so you have 8, and you repeat this one more time with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and finishing the round with an increase stitch. Our leg is now done. For the first leg, you cut the yarn above its length. I've already prepared a leg. So your first leg, cut off the yarn here, and then crochet another leg. So go back to where we start the leg again and doing all the instruction again. If you have done your second leg, then you do not cut the yarn here, because we want now to connect the legs and then starting the body. That means you reset your round counter. And now we're connecting the legs and starting the body. You know, I've finished your first leg, and the next thing you're going to do is to cut the yarn with some length. Put this one, and then you crochet a second leg. When you have also finished the leg, you do not cut the yarn here, but leave it as it is, as we want to continue crocheting the body. You bring the first leg next to the second leg, with the tail, the cutted tail, facing towards the other leg. So make sure the yarn is on the back side, so facing the table. Then you remove the stitch marker and chain 2. 1, 2. Now we want to do the connecting stitch, which is a single crochet stitch, and here we are searching the white stitch. You have the cutted yarn, and then you count 2, 1, 2, and do a single crochet stitch into the second loop like this. One, 2, and you do your connecting single crochet stitch. Now both legs are connected, and we continue with the body. So add your stitch marker, because This also marks the beginning of every round, and the round now begins on the front, on the belly side. So this is the belly side, and this will be the back side. So we now have crocheted our connecting stitch, which is our first stitch of the first leg, and now we do 15 more single crochet stitches. So we have done 16 single crochet stitches into the right leg. So stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. The 15th is the one with the tail, and then you crochet your 16 single crochet stitch, and here you carry over the yarn by bringing the yarn tail above the hook, like this. So now bring the yarn tail to the front, because it stays outside of our body. Now we crochet 2 single crochet stitches into the chain stitch. To avoid any hole, I want to go an extra step, and when you see your connecting stitch, you stitch into the leg on the loop facing towards you, and then you stitch into the first chain stitch. Now you have 3 loops on the hook. It looks a little bit like you're doing a decrease. Then grab the yarn, bring it through the first 2 loops on the hook. Now you have a normal 2 loops on the hook, and then finish your single crochet stitch as you normally do. In the second chain stitch, you do a normal single crochet stitch. And now we want to crochet into the second leg, and also to avoid any hole, you see you're connecting your last stitch. You have quite a leg here. You stitch into the loop facing towards you, so like the front loop, and then in the first leg stitch you will crochet through both loops, the front loop and the back loop, like this. Technically you now have 4 loops on the hook, the back loop and the front loop of the leg, then the middle loop and our working loop. So it looks like 3, but you technically have 4. Now you got the yarn and bring it through the first 2 loops on the hook, and then you finish your single crochet stitch. It now looks like this. And then you do 15 more single crochet stitches until you reach the other side of the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and then you crochet 2 single crochet stitches into the chain stitch. 1 and 2. So now you have 36 stitches double check by counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Now both legs are connected and you have also created your first round of the body. For round 2, we stay at 36 stitches, but we start to add our secondary color. The first thing you're going to do is to crochet 16 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. But we do not finish our 16th stitch with the main color, but here we switch over to our secondary color and finish the 16th stitch with our secondary color, like this. Then we do 4 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here we want to switch back to our main color. If you're doing this method, then you see we're having the yarn crisscrossing inside of the body. For the snuggler, the lovey, I do not want to have this because I do not want to stuff the body. If I'm going to stuff the body, then I do not care about this because the stuffing material kind of covered this one. But without the stuffing, I really like to have clean inside looking as identical as the outside. So what I'm going to do here, for the white yarn, I'm carry over the white yarn, the main color, while doing my stitches with our secondary one. That means I'm stitching here, bringing the main color on top of my hook, like this, and then I'm doing my single crochet stitch. And this I'm doing with all of my stitches done with our secondary color. 3 and 4, and I'm finishing with my main color. For now I'm ignoring my secondary color, and then I'm finishing round 2 with 16 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. round 2 is now finished. And as you see, I have my long legs wobbling each other. So what I'm going to do now is I already knot the legs. And what I want to achieve, I want to have that the knotted part is on the front side. Here. And on the back side, it looks like this. To achieve this, I knot the legs from the inside to the outside, from the front to the back, and then from the front to the front again. It's quite easy. Your first look like this. From the inside to the outside, then from the front to the back, and then I'm bringing the feet part through to the front side. The same with the other one, from the inside to the outside, from the front to the back, and then going through the hole. Now it looks like this. And we continue with our body, round number 3. For round number 3, we also stay at 36 stitches. And for round 3, we start with 14 single crochet stitches with the main color. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And for my 14th stitch, I finish with my secondary color. My main color, I bring it to the right side. And to make sure I do not have any yarn visible, I bring it over here. And then as a guidance, I fix it with a stitch marker. Make sure it stays from the tension, not too tight, not too loose. And then finish your stitch with your secondary color. Now it looks like this. And now you do 8 single crochet stitches. You ignore the white yarn for the moment and carry over the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and finish the 8th single crochet stitch with the main color. Now I'm bringing my secondary color to the right one and my main color here. I lay the white yarn around here, and I'm going to fix this with a stitch marker to make sure my tension is right. I know it's a little bit of an extra step, but in my opinion it's worth it. So. Now it looks like this. And then you can finish the stitch with your main color. Make sure your tension is not too tight, because we want to avoid a tight tension. And now we finish the round with the main color, and here we do 14 single crochet stitches. As you go, you can remove your stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Round 3 is now finished. Now have a look on how it looks inside. And you see you have no yarn from the secondary color, and you have no yarn of the main color. The method, or the beauty about this method, is you do not have any secondary color or main color shining through the other one. So you do not have like dots shining through, though it stays nice, clean, and simple. For round 4, now is the time to start decreasing. The most important thing here is we want to make sure that the decreases sits at the side of the body, here and here, because it gives a nice clean look of the body. Let's have a look on the beagle and the retriever. As you can see here, with the decreasing sitting on the side, we have our nice bending curve. You do not have any lines or awkward stitches on the front side and the back side. So the decreases sits here. With the bending, you hardly can see them. And also we have our arms sitting on the top each other though, and hiding kind of this one. So this is the cleanest version for the beagle. Also again, you do not have any decreases here or here, but the decreases are here and are almost invisible. And then with the arm sitting on top, you cannot see the decrease stitches. For the decrease stitches, we start with 2 decreases for our decrease round. So we can place here and here. And depending on your tension, you may need to adjust where your decreases are. For my tension, I need 7 single crochet stitches to reach the side. Then I do my decrease stitches. Then you continue single crochet until you reach the other side. Do your decrease here, and then you can continue with single crochet stitches. So if you need 6 or 8 single crochet stitches, it's totally fine. Only make sure that your decreases sits on the side. And as this is my first decrease round, we go from 36 to 34 stitches. And for my tension, I start with 7 single crochet stitches. One, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It now looked like this. You should reach one of the side. There's only one visible stitches here. And then you do your first decrease stitch, of course, an invisible decrease. This means only working through the front loops. Now you have done your first decrease stitch, and you continue with 4 more single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and finish your 4th stitch with the main color. Bring the old color to this one and here, and again we want to crochet in secondary color, so I bring the yarn over to here, fix it that we have our tension right, and then finish your stitch with your secondary color. It's a new color. So it looks like this now, and you see no yarn crisscrossing inside of the body. It's nice, even, simple. So for the secondary color, you now do 12 single crochet stitches. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Finish the 12th stitch with your main color. Bring the old color to your right side, the new color to your left side. Then also make sure it looks like this, so that these colors do not cross each other. And then you can fix this with your stitch marker to make sure it stays in place. When you're doing your first round, you'll probably use 1 or 2 stitch markers more. As you go, you're getting more familiar with this method, and then you also need less stitch marker because you also have a feeling on the tension. It should look like this, and then finish your stitch with the new color. The next stitch is a decrease stitch, and here you're only working through the front loops and bring the carryover yarn also above the hook, and then you can do your decrease stitch. And now we finish the round with 9 single crochet stitches with the main color. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Let's have a look. The inside, you see, still nice and clean, and you do not have any tails or crisscrossing yarn. Round 4, we stay at 34 stitches, but we now attach the tail to the body, and here we do the no-sew method. To do so, grab your tail, flip your body that the back is facing towards you. The most important thing is that we want to have a centered aligned placement. Take your tail and a stitch marker, and now place the tail that make sure it's in the middle, the center on the body here. We need 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the one on the right side I place a stitch marker only in the body loop to mark the position where I start connecting the tail onto the body. When positioned, go back to your start of the round, and we start with 11 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and here finish your stitch with your secondary color. Again, fix the tail with a stitch marker. To make sure your tension will be right. And then finish your stitch with your secondary color. Now you continue crocheting with the secondary color until you reach the stitch marker marked where the tail starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove the stitch marker, grab the tail, and now crochet the tail onto the body, going first through a tail stitch, then a body stitch. And also carry over the yarn. It looks like this. Grab the yarn and bring it through the body stitch and the tail stitch, though that you have 2 loops on the hook, and then finish your single crochet stitch as you normally do. And you continue with the remaining 2 stitches for the tail. Stitch first through a tail stitch, then a body stitch, and then again first through tail stitch, then a body stitch. Now we continue with our secondary color and do 7 more single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and of course finish the last stitch with a new color, in our case the main color. Fix the yarn with some stitch marker. As you see, I only need 2 at the moment because I'm getting used to it more and more for each round. And then you can finish the stitch with your new color, the main color. What we want to avoid is like this crisscross. So bring the yarn to your right side like this. And then finishing your round with the main color, in my case 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Round 4 is now done. We have attached the tail onto the body, and we still have a nice and clean inside. Round 5 is round 5 finished. So round 6 is a decrease round. This means we go back from 34 to 32 stitches. And here we start with the main color and do 7 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then I'm doing my first decrease stitch with the main color and do 1 single crochet stitch more, but finish the one with our secondary color. Fix the yarn if you need to. Now we do 14 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then do your second decrease stitch. Here. And here. Do another single crochet stitch with your secondary color finish with your main color. And then finish the round with your main color, in my case 7. Round 6 is now done, and round 7 is a no decrease round. This means we stay at 32 stitches, and we start with 8 single crochet stitches in the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and finish your 8th stitch with your secondary color. Fix the yarn if needed. And then continue with 19 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and again finish the last stitch with the new color. Fix the yarn if needed, and then finish the round with 5 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Round 8 is a decrease round, so we go back from 32 to 30 stitches. Here we start with 7 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then do your first decrease stitch, but here finishing with the secondary color. Fix the yarn if needed, and then continue with 14 single crochet stitches. Secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Do your second decrease stitch. And do 3 more single crochet stitches with your secondary collar. 1, 2, and 3, and finish the third stitch with your main color. And then you have to do 4 more single crochet stitches with the main color to finish the round. 2, 3, and 4. Round 9 is a no decrease stitch. This means we stay at 30 stitches. And here we start with 10 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and finish your 10 single crochet stitch with your secondary color. Now you do 16 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and finish your 16 with the main color. And then again finish the round with 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. So, now let's have a look inside. You still see we have no crisscrossing yarn. Everything looks nice and clean. Round number 10 is a decrease round. This means we go from 30 to 28 stitches back. And here we start with 7 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Do your first decrease stitch. And then do 2 more stitches. Okay. Do 2 more stitches with the main color and finish the second one with your secondary color. At this point you shouldn't need any stitch markers. Now we continue with 11 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, do your second decrease, and do 2 more single crochet stitches with the secondary color, but finish the second stitch with your main color. And again, finish your round with 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. 3 and 4. Round number 11 is a no decrease round. This means we stay at 28 stitches. And here we start with 9 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and finish the 9th stitch with your secondary color. Now we do 14 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and finish that 14 stitch with your main color, and then finish the round with 5 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Round 12 is a decrease round. This means we want to go back from 28 to 26 stitches. And here we start with 7 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we do a decrease stitch with the main color, but finish the stitch with our secondary color. Then we do 12 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then we do a decrease stitch with our secondary color and do 1 more single crochet stitch with our secondary color, but finish that stitch with our main color. And then finish the round with 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. 2, 3, and 4. Let's have a look inside. Still nice and clean. And we move over to round 13. Round 13 is a no decrease round. This means we stay at 26 stitches. And we start with 18 single crochet stitches with the main color. Round 13 is a no decrease round. This means we stay at 26 stitches and we start with 8 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and finish the 8th stitch with your secondary color. Now you do 14 stitches, the secondary, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and again finish your 14th stitch with the new color, in this case the main color. And finally finish the round with 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. Round 14 is a decrease round. This means we go back to 24 total stitches. We start with 7 single crochet stitches with our main color. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and finish your 7th stitch with your secondary color. We start with a decrease stitch. And then do 11 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do a decrease stitch with the secondary color, but finish that stitch with your main color. And finally finish the round with 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. 2, 3 and 4. For round 15 we want to go back from 24 to 21 single crochet stitches. This means 3 decreases. This means we do not do our decreases on the side but spread out around the round. And here we start with 3 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2 and 3. Then we do a decrease stitch. And then we do 2 more single crochet stitches with the main color, but finish the 2nd stitch with the secondary color. One, 2, 3 and 4. Then you do a decrease stitch. And then you do 6 more single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you do a decrease stitch with a secondary color, but finish this one with your main color. And finally finish the round with 3 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, and 3. If you want to stuff the body, now's the time to add the stuffing material. And then we move over to round 16. I leave my beagle unstuffed because I want to have it as a snuggler. Here we want to go back from 21 to 18 total stitches. This means we do 3 decreases again. We start with 5 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But finish the 5th stitch with your secondary color. Now we do a decrease stitch. And do 5 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we do a decrease stitch and do 4 more single crochet stitches with our secondary color and finish the 4th stitch with your main color. And then you do 1 single crochet stitch with your main color and crochet the 2 last stitches together. This means you do a decrease here. So. Round 16 is done, and you now see that we have our curve going from this to this. So for round 17, we want to go back from 18 to 15 total stitches, also 3 decreases. We start with 2 single crochet stitches with the main color, 1, 2. Then we do a decrease stitch with the main color and do 1 single crochet stitch with the main color, but finish with your secondary color. Now you do 1 single crochet stitch with your secondary color And then you do your second decrease. You see the method is 3 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease, etc. Then we do 4 single crochet stitches, a decrease, etc. Now you do 4 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do another decrease. No, it's for round 17 we want to go back from 18 to 15 total stitches. We start with 2 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1 and 2. Then we do our first decrease stitch and do 1 more single crochet stitches with the main color, but finish that one with our secondary color. Now do 1 single crochet stitch with your secondary color and do 1 decrease stitch. Then we do 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do another decrease stitch and do 3 more single crochet stitches with your secondary color, but finish that one with your main color. And then finish the round with 1 single crochet stitch with your main color. Round 18 is our last round before we add our arms. And here again we want to do 3 decreases, so we're having 12 total stitches at the end. Here we start with 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we do a decrease stitch, but finishing the one with our secondary color. Now we do 3 single crochet stitches with our secondary color. 1, 2, 3, and do your second decrease stitch. Then we do 3 single crochet stitches, 2 and 3, but finish the one with our main color. And the last stitch for the round is a decrease stitch. So crochet the 2 last stitches together. And now we crochet the arms in place. Grab your 2 arms. Then you can decide how you want to position this. You can do both long side here. You can do this, you can do this. So it's really up to your preference how you want to have the arms. What you can also do is, if you want to following, you have like the upper side and the lower side. then it will look like this. But you can also have, if you want to have smaller brown here, larger brown here, it's really up to your preference. So. We start with one single crochet stitch, the main color. Then we do a decrease stitch and do another single crochet stitch with the main color, but finishing the round with our secondary color. So. Now we crochet in the first arm. Grab your first arm, position it, and then stitch first through an arm stitch and then a body stitch and connect your single crochet stitches. So arm stitch, body stitch, and then do your single crochet stitch, and you repeat this with the other two stitches for the arm. 1, 2. So the first arm is now attached. Then we do a single crochet stitch, a decrease stitch, then grab your second arm and crochet the first 2 stitches together with the body. Go first through an arm stitch, then through the body stitch, 1 and 2. Now round 19 is finished, and now we'll move over to round 20. Round 20 is only 1 stitch, which is the missing arm stitch. So we move the stitch marker, we continue with our secondary color, then stitch first through an arm stitch, then through a body stitch, and then finish the stitch as it did. So the rest of the stitches we leave unworked. Now you can cut the yarn, your secondary color and your main color. And can secure the tails. I like to double knot the yarn. Here. No. And our body is finished. We have only 2 things to do. One is to check if we have any opening here. If we have to, or then we can close it. As you see, I do not have any opening here. But if you want, or if you have, let's pretend I have an opening here, then it's now time to close it. Here you grab your tapestry needle, see if you have any opening, and if, then sew the opening. Let's assume we have here an opening. Then we can close it, secure the yarn with a double knot, and then hide the yarn tail inside of the body. This, and cut the leftover yarn. If you have a snuggler, if you have a plushie with stuffing material, you can hide the tail inside the body, serving as a stuffing material. So this is how it looks. And what we also want to do is we want to prepare the head attached to the body. Grab 5 stitch markers. I like to use different colors. So add the third one, the middle one, in the front. And then adding the other 2. Two. Like here. And here. So it looks like this. You have the 4 and the 5 front stitches marked with the stitch markers, and the 5 stitches on the back side, leave it without any stitch marker. And this is where we attach the first round of the head, and later these will be the stitches where we connect the second round of the head with the body. So our body is now finished, and we move over to our head. We start crocheting an oval. Take your main color and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the second loop from the hook, you do an increase. This means 2 single crochet stitches into the same stitch, and add the stitch marker in the first stitch to mark the beginning. In the next 2 stitches, you do a single crochet stitch, 1 and 2, and in the last stitch you crochet 4 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn the item, and now we crochet at the bottom side back to the beginning. Do 2 single crochet stitches. If you want, you can carry over the yarn tail, and in the last stitch you do an increase. 1 and 2. The first round or oval is done, and you should have 12 total stitches. From now on we continue spiral rounds. We start with 2 increases. That means in the next 2 stitches, 2 single crochet stitches each. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Then you do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3. And in the next 3 stitches you do an increase. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2 single crochet stitches. Then you do 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, and 3, and in the last stitch you do an increase. 1, and 2. You now have 18 total stitches, and for round 3 we do 18 single crochet stitches. So single crochet stitches all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, but finish the 18th stitch with the secondary color. For round 4, we stay at 18 total stitches, but we start with our color change. First, do 3 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, and 3, but finish the third one with your main color. Now you do 4 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, and 4, but finish the fourth one with your secondary color. Now crochet 4 single crochet stitches with your secondary color. 1, 2, 3, and 4, but finish the 4th stitch with your main color. And finally, finish the round with 7 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, but finish the 7th one with your secondary color. For round 5, we start with 2 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1 and 2, following by 2 increases. 1, 2, 1, and 2, but finish the last stitch with the main color. With the main color you do 1 increase, 1, 2, 1 single crochet stitch, and 1 increase, but finish the increase stitch with the secondary color. Now you do 2 increases, 1, 2, 1 and 2, and then do 3 single crochet stitches with the secondary color, but finish the 3rd stitch with your main color. Round 5, you finish with 6 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, but finish the last stitch with the secondary color. Now you should have 24, and we move over to round 6. For For round 6, we stay at 24 single crochet stitches and start with 7 single crochet stitches with the secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, but finish the 7th stitch with the main color. With the main color you crochet 3 single crochet stitches, 1, 2 and 3, but finish the 3rd stitch with your secondary color. Now you crochet 9 single crochet stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, but finish the 9th stitch with the main color. Finally, finish the round with 5 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, but finish the 5th stitch with your secondary color. For round 7, we want to increase by 6, so we have 30 total stitches. We start with 5 single crochet stitches with a secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we do 3 increases with our secondary color. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, and finish the 2nd increase with the main color. Now we do 2 single crochet stitches with the main color and finish the 2nd one with the secondary color. Now we increase 3 times. 1, 2 times, and the 3rd time, and then do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, but finish the 6th stitch with the main color. Finally, finish the round with 5 single crochet stitches with the main color. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and again finish the last stitch of the round with your secondary color. Round 7 is now done, and we have also finished our main color. Take your scissors, cut the yarn of the main color, and secure the yarn tail. I prefer to do a double knot, but you can use the method of your choice. For round 8, we want to start attaching the head to the body. And here we start with only working in the head stitches. Remove your stitch marker and start with 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then you do an increase stitch. Then you do 2 single crochet stitches, 1 and 2. Again, do an increase stitch. Do 2 single crochet stitches. Do an increase stitch. So you have done 3 increases, and then you do 10 more single crochet stitches with a secondary color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now you have 5 stitches left with the main color, and here we want to connect the head onto the body. Grab your body, move it that the back is facing towards you. We can see the tail, and the stitches marked with stitch markers are facing the table. Then grab your head, bring it that the outer side is facing towards the table, and you can see inside of the head. Remove the first stitch marker, the one on the right side, the purple one. And then we stitch first through a body stitch and then through a head stitch. And here, for this round, we want to stitch from the inside to the outside. And for the head stitch, stitch from the outside to the inside. Now grab the yarn and bring it through the head and the body stitch. Now you have 2 loops on the hook. Grab the yarn and finish your single crochet stitch. Our first stitch is now connected, and you do the same with your remaining 4 stitches. Stitch first through a body stitch from the inside to the outside, and then through the corresponding head stitch. Grab the yarn and finish your single crochet stitch. Your third one, again, stitch first through the body stitch from the inside to the outside, and then through the head stitch here from the outside to the inside. The last 2 from the inside to the outside, and then through the head stitch. Last stitch, remove the stitch marker, insert the hook first through the body stitch from the inside to the outside, and then through the corresponding head stitch. So, this is how it looks so far. Turn the item to make sure it is aligned. You shouldn't have any bending towards the right one or to the left side. turn your item again, and we move over to round 9. And here we want to stay at 33 total stitches, and we start by working only in the head stitches and do 28 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 5, 6, 7, and 28. Now we connect the head to the body, and we crochet 5 single crochet stitches with the remaining body stitches. And here we stitch from the outside to the inside. First, stitch through a body stitch from the outside to the inside, and then also through the corresponding head stitch, again from the outside to the inside, and then finish your single crochet stitch. If you decide to stuff your body, now is the time to add the remaining stuffing material because we now close the opening. You do the same with the last 4 stitches. Stitch first through a body stitch from the outside to the inside, and then through the corresponding head stitch. And again from the outside to the inside, and then through the head stitch. From the outside to the inside, and then through the head stitch. Last stitch. From the outside to the inside. And then through corresponding head stitch. The head is now connected onto the body, and now is the time to add the eyes if you're using sinker eyes or safety eyes. And here you add them between round 7 and 8. For sinker eyes, I've been using 18mm, like I did with my Weaver version. The instruction how to add this is in the video where I have crocheted the little guy. The link to that video is in the description. Then if you want to use all black safety eyes, I have been using 60mm with some embroidery part. The step-by-step tutorial on how to add this kind of eyes is also available on my channel. The link to that video is in my description as well. And for this little guy, I want to embroider the eyes, so I will not include any eyes here. And I will using my own tutorial also available on my channel, and the link to that one is also down into the description. So add your eyes if you want to, And if you're finished or want to skip the safety eyes, plastic eyes, because you also want to use the embroidery version, then we continue with our head. And here for round 10, 11 and 12, we want to do 3 rounds of 33 single crochet stitches. No increase, no decrease, no working with main color. We continue with our secondary color and we do our 3 rounds of 33 single crochet stitches. Pause the video here, do your 3 rounds, and if you reach the end of round 12, then hit play again. See you in some seconds. We now have done our 3 rounds of 33 single crochet stitches, and for round 30 now is the time to start decreasing, and we want to go back from 33 to 30 stitches. And here we do 9 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now do your first decrease stitch. Of course, the invisible decrease was only working through the front loops. And then you repeat this 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Do your second decrease and then 1 more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And the last stitch is a decrease stitch. For round 14, we want to go back to 27 single crochet, 27 total stitches. So we also do 3 decreases, but instead of doing 8 single crochet and 1 decrease, we split the 8 in 2. So we have 4 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease and 4 single crochet stitches. The reason for this is that we do not have a decrease stitch next to each other, which again can show up some lines, and with this method making sure the decrease stitches are on different places. So 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet stitches. Then you do your first decrease stitch. And now you do another 4 single crochet stitches. 3 and 4. Now you should have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches. And you repeat this 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease and another 4 single crochet stitches. Third and last repeat, 4 single crochet stitches, 2, 3 and 4. Your third and last decrease stitch, and then finishing the round with 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4. In round 15 we want to go back to 24 total stitches, and here we do 7 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 3 times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Our first decrease stitch. Now you have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you repeat this 2 more times. And as you can see, we have here a decrease stitch, here a decrease stitch, and here a decrease stitch, and you do not have any lines appearing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochet stitches, a decrease stitch, and the last set of 7 single crochet stitches and a decrease stitch. For round 16 we want to go back to 18 total stitches. This means we do 6 decreases here, and our instruction for the round are 2 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 6 times. One, 2 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease, 1, 2 single crochet stitches, decrease, single, single, decrease, single, single, decrease, single, single, decrease stitch, single, single, and a decrease stitch. Now is the time to add the stuffing material. Make sure you really stuff that tight, especially the snoot, the muzzle area, to stay in shape. When you add your stuffing material, we move over to round 17, and here we want to go back to 12 total stitches, and then instruction for the round is 1 single crochet stitch and 1 decrease, and this 6 times. Single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease stitch, single stitch, decrease stitch, single stitch, decrease stitch, single stitch, and a decrease stitch. To finish the head, For round 18 we do 6 decreases, so we reduce our total stitch count from 12 to 6. Decrease 1, decrease 2, decrease 3, decrease 4, decrease stitch 5, and decrease stitch number 6. Before close the opening, finishing stuffing the body, the head. Now, after adding the last stuffing material, cut the yarn. Bring out your tapestry needle and close the opening. I like to go from the inside to the outside and also only working through the front loop. Then you can just pull. The opening is closed, and do a double knot. And the final step is to hide the yarn tail inside the head, function as additional stuffing material. Now the head looks like this. If you use your safety eyes, of course they're already in. If you use the method embroider eyes, now is the time to embroider the eyes. Click the link down to the description, follow the instruction, and then we come back to add the ears. The only body part which is missing are the ears, which we are going to do now. For the ears, we're only working one color, and for the beagle, you go with your secondary color. So grab your secondary color and start with the magic ring. No. So here's your magic ring, and for the first round you crochet 6 single crochet stitches into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Close the opening. So, and we move over to round 2. For round 2, we want to have 9 total stitches, so we increase 3 times. And here we do 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and this 3 times. So, do your single crochet stitch into the first stitch of the second round, add your stitch marker, and do an increase stitch, aka 2 single crochet stitches into the next stitch. Now you have 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and you repeat this 2 more times. Single crochet stitch, increase stitch, single crochet stitch, and finishing the round with an increase stitch. So Round number 3, we want to have 12 stitches, so 3 increases again, and here we do 2 single crochet stitches and 1 increase. 1, 2, and your first increase stitch, so you have now 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you repeat this 2 more times. 1, 2 single crochet stitches, your increase stitch, and 2 single crochet stitches, and your increase stitch. Round number 4, you want to increase by 3, so we have 15 total stitches, and here we do 3 single crochet stitches and 1 increase, and this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, 1 increase, and repeat this 2 more times. 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, 1 increase, 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, and 1 increase. Round 5, we want to increase by 3 again, so we have 18 total stitches, and here we do 4 single crochet stitches and 1 increase, and again we repeat this 2 more times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochet stitches, your first increase stitch, again 4 single crochet stitches, your second increase stitch, and 1 more time 4 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with an increase stitch. So for round 6 and 7, we stay at 18 total stitches. This means we do 2 rounds of single crochet stitches all the way around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So 1 round done. The 7th round is same instruction with single crochet stitches all the way around. So let's grab some yarn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So now we start decreasing, and we want to go back from 18 to 16 total stitches. And here the pattern is 7 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochet stitches, 1 decrease, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with a decrease stitch. For round 9, we stay at 16 total stitches. This means 1 single crochet stitch into every stitch. No decrease, no increase here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Round 10 is a decrease round, and here we want to go back from 16 to 14 total stitches. And the instruction for this round are 6 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 2 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet stitches. Then do your first decrease stitch, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with a decrease stitch. Round 11, we stay at 14 total stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So this is how it looks so far. Round 12 is a decrease round, and here we want to go back to 12 total stitches, and the instruction for this round are 5 single crochet stitches and then a decrease stitch. So you mean we're doing our decreases on the left and the right side. And then again, like our body, we have our nice banding on the side and clean look on the bigger parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet stitches, and your first decrease stitch, and then we repeat this one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with a decrease stitch. So right, round 13 is a no decrease round, so we stay at 12 total stitches. Add your stitch marker so you know where you started your round, and then do your 11 more single crochet stitches, so we have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Round 14 is a decrease round. Here we want to go back to 10 total stitches. And here we start with 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do your first decrease stitch. And then do another set of 4 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And finishing the round with a decrease stitch. Round 15 is a non-decrease round, and we stay at 10 total stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we move over to round 16, which is a decrease round. We want to go back to 8 total stitches. So here we do 3 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 2 times. 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, then your first decrease stitch, and then repeat this one more time with 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease. So round 17, which is our second to last round, which is a non-decrease round. So we do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Round 18, which will be our last regular round, and here we want to go back to 6 total stitches. This means we do 2 single crochet stitches and 1 decrease, and this 2 times. 1, 2. Then your first decrease, and then repeat this one more time. 1, 2 single crochet stitches, and finishing the round with the decrease stitch. So now we move the stitch marker. Depending on your intention, you are on this side, or you need 1 or 2 single crochet stitches more to be on the left side, because we have this nice bending, and I do not want, even though it's working, it looks a little bit more floppy. If you want to have floppy eyes, following our decreases here, then our ear stays more flat. So you do single crochet stitches 1 or 2 until you reach the other side. I'm doing 2 more, but really depends on your tension, your crochet hook, and your yarn. So make sure that you're on the right side, and now crochet the 2 opposite stitches together with 3 single crochet stitches. Stitch 1, stitch 2, and stitch 3. Now grab the yarn, cut the yarn with thumb length. This time with thumb length, because we need the tail to sew the ears onto the head. So your ear is now finished. Then of course crochet a second one. So, and the next thing we're going to do is to attach the ears onto the head. Now's the time to add the ears. So take your 2 ears, the nicer looking side on the front side. That means your tail should be facing this side. So then what I like to do is I grab some long pins. So then I'm taking the ears and position as I want to. This one more straight to the side or more towards. So if I'm happy with the positioning, then I'm taking the long pins. So long pins and mark the position of the ear, or I'm fixing the ears. So this side, making sure it's aligned. 1, 2. So make sure it's aligned. It's like ending the same level. Double check, adding some more, that it really stays in place. So then grab your tapestry needle and sew on the ears. Here, then going from here to here, and then working your way up. So for the left ear, from the front to the back. So remove the tapestry needle. Do not double knot the yarn yet, because we want to sew on the ear, the second ear, and then after the final checking, then you can double knot the yarn. So for the second ear, the white ear, you are going from the back to the front. So remove all long pins. So this is how your dog looks so far. So if you're happy with the positioning, everything is aligned, then you can make sure So make sure that it's here, it's going here, it's going here, everything looks in portion. So now you can double knot the ear. So then you can again double knot the ears, and then I'm hiding the yarn tail inside the head, function as stuffing material. So first ear, the second ear. So double knot, double knot, and then inside. So, and then hide the yarn tails inside the head. So now the ears are attached, and the only thing we need to do is to embroider the nose. Here take black chenille yarn in the color black, super bulky yarn or bulky yarn. As I do not have black super bulky yarn, I'm going to use bulky yarn, but it really doesn't matter. The only thing you need to be aware of that I need to, it will take maybe 1 or 2 minutes more to embroider the nose. To embroider the nose, take black chenille yarn above 1.5 to 2 meters. I like to be quite spacious here to make sure I do not run out of yarn. So. Then take your tapestry needle. So. Then insert the needle, or take your, we have the beginning wound like here. And then I place it here and here. Here and here as a guidance is, let's grab the crochet hook from the middle, go over to the ears, and then halfway through you are adding your first long pin, and the same you're doing here, going halfway through the ear, the eye, and on the half of the way you're adding so. So then insert the needle 2 stitches left from the middle one and come out of the center where you added your first pin. So leave a tail. So then stitch into the first pin, the upper left one, and come out with the upper right part here. Then stitch into the center again, come out on the same level between round 2 and 3. So now you have created the outer part of the portion, and now you fill in, going back and forth until everything is covered and you do not see any body color more. So, and then adding 1 layer of black yarn to have a more subtle nose. If you want to go more bubbly, like here, then I'm using 2 or even 3 layers for the nose. Like, see, here I'm having 2 layers, here I'm having 3 layers. So, and you can really shape whereas make the popping as much as you want. So, continue. When you are happy with the look, then I meet you again, and then we are making the lower part. When you are happy with the nose, then make sure you come out at the upper left side, and now you have 2 options. You can do a classic nose like a dog with the lower part here. Or if you only want to have this kind of nose, is also totally fine, like I did with the lion. So, if you do not want to have the lower part, then you stitch into the center and then come out of the starting point here. If you want to have the lower part, then you stitch also into the center, then come out 1 or 2 rows below, depending on how prominent you want this part to be. Let's do 1, then come out here. So, then you stitch into the center again, and then you come out at the starting point. So, and then you can do your double knot. So, as I have already done this part for this dog, I'm not going to use this part, so though at the end you can have the side-by-side comparison. So that's why I remove this step. So, adding my yarn. So, stitching here. And then come out the starting point. So, then I do my double knot. 1, and 2. Then I cut the yarn that both yarn tails have the same length. And then I hide this inside the head also function as stuffing material. So, and your dog, your retriever dog, is now finished. So remember, this one is done with super bulky chenille yarn and 6mm hook, and I left the body unstuffed. And this little guy was done with also super bulky chenille yarn, also Alice Veluto, with the crochet hook 7mm, and here I stuffed the body. And as you can see, even though it's the same pattern, small changes like the choice of the sinker eye, and if you're going to use the lower part or not the lower part, can have quite a different appear, and really depending on your desired style. So have fun with the dog, and I will see you in the next tutorial. We have now embroidered the nose, and your beagle dog is finished. See you in the next tutorial.